The Raptors take this one in convincing fashion against the Indiana Pacers, 131-91. Welcome to the Scotia Club inside Scotiabank Arena. I'm Randy Urban, and this is Raptors Night Cap. Tonight, joined by Leo Rautins, Jack Armstrong, and Paul Jones. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I apologize in advance. This is all the food we have. Not much water.
We just want to let you know this will be the last show.
Yeah.
And really appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. But this is unacceptable.
The fire took down the sushi. They took down the chicken wings. There's no staff here
I have two
anymore.
words for you.
What's that?
Takeout.
It's not my job.
Come on.
I'm prepping for the show,
Aren't they a
man.
sponsor of the pregame Uber Eats or something?
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
right.
I can even cut it shorter. One word. Delivery.
Yeah, we could have done something. That's my fault. You know what?
So
I'll be better.
Applying those to the Raptors tonight,
Yeah.
they did take Indiana out.
Oh, they did.
They did deliver. They did deliver, didn't they? They did deliver.
That was a weird night.
Crazy.
Who heard about this first? How did you know?
We were sitting right there.
Yeah?
Leo
It
and
was
Kayla,
right above us to our left,
And you didn't
facing
move.
the court to the right. What?
You didn't move.
Where are you going? I mean, it's it's interesting because we at the same time we're going. Okay, normally you have the game starts, you get the smoke, right?
Yeah.
But it's going. The smoke's not leaving, and it smelled funny. It didn't smell like normally it's not a lot of odor.
Yeah.
You could smell the smoke, right? And we actually noticed smoke across the way, not where you saw everything happen, but across the way.
Yeah.
And they said there was two. One kind of burnt and went out, and then the one above us kept burning. And that flame was getting bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. So, the big concern was, what are you going to do? How are you going to get to it?
Yeah.
Here's the interesting part, because the fire marshal or the firefighter came over and spoke with us, said, problem is the design. There's no other way to get to it other than rappelling down.
Wow.
Or you have to have some machinery that's going to take you up.
Right.
But there's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not a great design. So they were forced into a real issue with fans in the building, right?
Jack?
They did a phenomenal job. And, I think we all had an opportunity to see firsthand, and a lot of people never get to see it, the great work that these folks do. So
I commend the fans too.
they were awesome. They were awesome.
That one section evacuated, then another section. Then where we were broadcasting the game from, we could hear the referees during the timeout talking to the league and the Secaucus saying, the fire marshal has said we need to vacate the building.
Yeah.
So the game is going to be suspended right now.
Right.
And we started to look around, and it was calm, it was orderly. I know they played with no fans the second part of the game. I would have trusted the fans to come back into their seats in the same orderly fashion to have a full house. Like I feel badly. I had friends in from Halifax. They got to see.
But actually, the problem was though. See, when they did blow out whatever the chemical they used to put out the fire, you could see it all coming down.
And that's what they were worried about.
People come back to the seats. There was stuff there that obviously wouldn't be able to be cleaned in time.
Yeah. So, great job by everybody. I mean, you guys had to fill probably a little bit here today. I commend you for that, Jack. You were feeling like
I felt like a news anchor.
Yeah.
And but it's interesting. I'm a huge baseball fan, and I'm a huge baseball fan. And I used to love
a rain delays
because you just got it's all tap dancing, it's all improv.
Yeah.
And I thought it was my first experience as kind of like a news guy.
Yeah.
So but hey, it worked out great.
Yeah.
The fans were great. Thank goodness for our first responders. And the Raptors were sensational tonight. They put on a clinic.
Well,
they
put on a clinic in ball movement.
Yeah, that first half, Leo. What did you like that that stood out to you?
Well, one of the things we said, keys to the game, right? Don't play the record.
Yeah.
Be aggressive and let them feel you. Raptors did all that. They came out of the game, said, boom, they took it right to Indiana. And hey, you're in a position right now. Fred said it before the game that you got to get into a playoff groove. So every game, you want to get better. You want to do things that you have to start playing with a playoff mentality. So you can't have letdowns. You can't come out flat. And also, you can't control what happens other than you winning at this stage. So,
The playoffs are about how you're playing going in. And we were talking about this before as we sat around. I'm interested to see what's going to happen Monday night.
Yeah.
Because Boston is on fire right now, no pun intended. And it's how you're playing going in. And the Raptors are now 6th. They're playing well. OG's come back. I'd love to see Gary Trent Jr. get back in so they can have
Yeah.
a few games with everybody. I mean, they've got another, OG provides them with another floor spacer now, in addition to Fred. And guys like Achua, Brooks, some of these other guys aren't afraid to let it fly. And you have Gary Trent, the way Pascal's playing, he's bullying his way into the paint. And then let's see what happens. Am I going to score here or am I going to pitch it out? So I just love what they're doing right now.
And I put 2 up because the 2 teams I think that are playing as well as any team right now in the Eastern Conference are the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors, and they're playing on Monday night. So it'll be a good measuring stick, I think, for both teams. Toronto plays them, and they're coming in here on a back-to-back. They play Minnesota tomorrow night in Boston. The Raptors will play Minnesota Wednesday. Minnesota's having a great year.
Yeah.
So these are 2 tough games coming up. But tonight they had the opportunity to pick up a game. You know, you mentioned earlier about how they came out in the first quarter, Leo. They've had 2 clunkers in this building lately. You know, the Detroit game and the Orlando game. They were ruthless.
The Lakers loss was tough.
But that was a competitive game. The other 2 were clunkers.
Yeah.
They were ruthless tonight.
Yeah.
I loved their ruthlessness in the first quarter. It was like,
because
no mercy, we're stepping on you.
And because Indiana lost by 30 the last time out, and usually you come with a little bit more competitive spirit when that happens.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was thinking that Indiana was going to be a little bit
They were so shorthanded tonight, and to Jack's point, and what Leo was saying earlier, hit him early. Like when the fight starts, hit him with a quick 1-2 and say, oh, and by the way, this is how it's going to be all night. I know you lost by 30 last game and you think you're going to come in here and get well and you're going to get, no. We take this with you. You take these hits, take it with you. And the ball movement, the 3-point shooting. I mean, the Raptors are a good 3-point shooting team when the ball is moving.
Yeah.
And when you have guys shot ready, OG, Fred, these guys ready to catch and shoot, and the ball touches the paint, man, they are tough to defend.
And Leo, hard to do that. Do you think it was hard to come back after a long layoff and still maintain that competitive spirit, that energy, right?
I was actually scared of that because players. Now I'm sure the coaches, everybody said, "Hey, look, we're going to try to finish this game, so mentally kind of stay." Like, if you just completely check out, say it's over, then you got to come back and start over, that's dangerous to me. It really is. So I think that, everybody said, hey, be prepared to, even though you're chilling out in the locker room, be prepared to come back and play. But the fact that Raptors came back and just said, okay, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really smart not to play Fred.
Yeah. And Jack, I think you mentioned this earlier in the show, but just playing without fans for these last little while and playing in Tampa, it's really, I think, hardened this team into a way that they can overcome these types of situations. Obviously, this was very unique, but...
Well, 2 things. Number one, you always want your practices to be tougher than games.
Yeah.
That's how you prepare guys. And then you also want to see how your team responds when you have weird stuff happen.
Yeah.
And like how they dial in. And, I'm sitting right next to the bench tonight when they came back out. And to see like how dialed in Pascal Siakam was, Scotty Barnes, a rookie, OG Anunoby, the bench all screaming and yelling about the defensive coverages. This is a mature, all-business group. There's a good connectivity there that they have.
Jack? I think they're really like the way they're playing.
Yes.
I think they're having fun, and they don't want to stop. Like, they're enjoying winning. They're enjoying stopping people, enjoying moving the ball. You could see it.
There's an infectious, kind of a contagious, hey, we're in this, we got it going. And they're dangerous because they're playing for each other.
Yeah.
They're not, it's not about one guy getting, they know roles are defined. Pascal gets the ball, he's going to try and get into the paint. Fred gets the ball, he's initiating the offense. Scotty gets the ball. Everybody knows what to do.
Yeah.
And it's like a band. They all know when it's their turn to play their instrument.
I think they like what they have.
Oh, of course.
Right?
How can you not?
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah. And Jack, defending home court, obviously they've kind of been up and down at home this season. But what have you noticed in the last 2 games that makes you feel like they're trending in the right direction, especially coming up with playoffs? You have to be dominant at home.
I think their attention to detail defensively is better.
Yeah.
A lot of multiple help, rotation, scrambles, flying around, chatter, number one. And number 2, offensively, I just think that there's a great appreciation for the pass. The pass is really cool. I'm sitting next to a guy who was a phenomenal passer in his day. The pass is cool.
Yeah.
The pass is cool, and guys like it. I mean, the great Dean Smith used to always say, acknowledge the pass, point the finger. I still do it today as a broadcaster. Guy makes a great pass, I point. It's a great thing. And when Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes, would they have 7 assists each?
Yeah.
You're getting playmaking from guys that are like 6'8". It's amazing.
What's the old thing? You put the ball on the floor not for you, put the ball on the floor for your team. Now, obviously, you put the ball on the floor, you got a shot, you got a great, you take it, right? But if you put the ball on the floor, beat your man, what happens? Help. As soon as help comes, you move the ball. If the next guy doesn't have a great shot, he does the same thing. He puts the ball on the floor. You're creating this 1 second advantage that continues until you get what you want.
Can't catch up to the ball.
Nope,
we always say the ball has
exactly.
energy. The ball has energy. As soon as and to me,
They're all
I've been
playing
watching.
that way.
I've been watching Pascal. They are playing that way. I've been watching Pascal get into the paint, and that's where it starts.
And by the way, Jonesy, a York University Hall of Famer as well. So
Yes.
I'm giving Leo props, but this
you're
guy's
right,
a legend.
you're right.
I played defense, which was code for don't let him shoot.
Just you mentioned Pascal though, just the way he was. I'm loving this. He's absorbing the contact and stepping around the defender and shedding him really well.
Pascal, Precious, Scotty, they're all. They get, as Leo says, they get half a body width advantage. They drive it. They expect there's going to be contact.
Right.
They play through it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Am I going to dish or am I going to finish? And you're not going to get that whistle in the playoffs. So get used to that now and just play through the contact.
Jones, you just nailed it there because the playoffs and inviting contact, playing through it. And you're totally right. The whistle gets a little looser.
Yep.
And I think this group is getting more comfortable playing that style.
Hey, well, who's a guy that would look for fouls all the time, and it happens to be the same guy that tells his team last week saying, hey, let's just stop worrying about we spent too much time thinking about Pascal.
Yeah.
And Pascal,
That's maturity.
And if one of your best guys says, let's stop worrying about the refs, and then does it himself, well, you better do it too.
Follow. Yeah.
Right? And he's, like I said, the level he's playing at, what he's doing is off the charts.
Can I make one point? I'm just watching Scotty Barnes, things are like popping. There's so much
maturity, huh?
But he's got role models.
Yeah.
And I've said this all the time, you break in on a bad team with knuckleheads, it doesn't happen. Yeah. But you break
takes
in
you a
with
while to figure
mature
things out. Maybe you
professional
don't figure it out.
players that show you how to be a pro. I mean, he's got great role models in Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby. These guys have won.
Yeah.
And you can see him. You can see a lot of guys in our league that break in on the wrong team, and maybe they're even a little better than Scotty Barnes. Maybe they're not.
It changes the course of their career.
It does.
And I see now this kid having a chance to have a great trajectory in his career, just like Vince Carter did, just like Tracy McGrady did, because they had a lot of guys around them that were good professional adult players.
Yeah. It's going to be a big game on Monday.
You know what? I can't tell you guys, and we all are, and our audience watching and listening, how much I'm looking forward to this time of the year. You got 6 of the next 8 at home. There's playoffs on the horizon. The team's getting better. It's money time. Yeah. And I always say this, there's nothing like the playoffs where grown men are playing for a ring. I love the tournament, but I don't want to watch 63, 61 games.
Yeah. Go Peacocks, though.
I love it. The kids play hard, but the skill level isn't there. We're seeing grown men.
Well, grown men, you got to win.
Can I just look like an intellectual one time? I'm so tempted.
Nice.
How do I look?
Nice, Professor.
Right? I mean, I've never
straight. No
Where
chaser.
am I looking? Right here.
Right here. Oh, right here.
Looking here. What do you think? Do I look like Professor Jones? I mean, you're like the intellectual. You're the educator.
I can't see. He's giving me
I couldn't see either, but
But everybody's watching a tournament. Tournament's one and done, so it's exciting, right?
Yeah.
But NBA is not one and done.
In a 7-game series, you got to beat somebody down.
The better team.
Yeah.
You got to play.
Yeah.
And it's totally different. That's why what's going on right now is critical, because you don't want to be in a play-in one and done. You don't want to face Nets one and done. No. You just don't. Yeah. I don't care how good you think you are. Yeah. You don't want to go in a game with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving on a one and done. You don't. That's the NCAA tournament. You want to stay away from that game.
And if you're Miami and Milwaukee and Philadelphia, And Boston?
You're not putting your hand up and saying, we'll take Toronto.
Correct. This is a dangerous team. You get Gary Trent, Malachi Flynn back, and they got a full, healthy team. Nobody wants to play these guys. And they got a great coach, too.
Yeah.
He can scheme for anybody.
Yeah.
All right, should we stop it there or keep
I don't know.
going?
Hold on. We're going to get to
Jack.
do this Monday?
Yeah.
We got to stop here.
With food?
We got to stop here.
Guys,
We're
ready for
done.
water?
Sorry.
I can fill you up again. No?
No, my water's different.
All right. Next game for the Raptors.
There's something in the water.
There's something in the water. It goes Monday
Can you
night.
tell our guy Jake over here, he's got me all confused. He's got like a hat. I think he's wearing a Maple Leafs hat. And it's also got like the Toronto Blue Jays on it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
I don't know.
He's
I'm
repping
confused.
the city. That's all right.
Let's see. It's a cool hat. So it's got, what has it got? The Leafs?
Put that on and the glasses and just
Let me see how I look here,
This is how
Jonesy.
you
This
can-
is, what do you think?
Jack, now you can go out in public because nobody's going to.
You look like a baseball analytics
Yeah,
guy.
you do.
I look like Joe Madden. You know?
Billy Crystal.
Billy
You look like
Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
You
a little
look
bit.
Here you go,
marvelous.
Jake. All right.
All right, stay classy, Toronto.
You went there. He went there.
Next game for the Raptors Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Say goodnight.
At the Boston.
Rain
against the
fought.
Boston
Say
Celtics.
goodnight.
Rain fought.
What are you talking
Rain
about?
fought.
What are you talking
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
You're a newscaster. It's all right.